Hello there, good evening. You are watching True TV News with me, Reward Feng quickly. We are transmitting live from our studios at the Heritage Christian College in Amasaman. Coming up in today's news, Mahama files closing address today. Also, manhunts for prime suspects begin in bullion van attack. Latent Business Net set to launch app to improve service delivery. With news on the foreign front, Nigeria kidnappers release 53 people seized in Niger State. We have sports and entertainment all featuring in this bulletin. Do stay. Wherever you are, many thanks for joining us on our coverage of news. Let's settle for the details. Now, it is expected that John Dramani Mahama, the petitioner in the 2020 election petition, will submit his closing address today, February 23, 2021. The move follows a denial of an application for a review of the Supreme Court of Ghana's ruling on his request to open his case.
The court had asked all the parties to submit their closing addresses, but the legal team for John Mahama defaulted due to the review application. Lead counsel for John Mahama, Chachuchi Kata, mentioned before the court that they could not have anticipated the ruling, hence their refusal to file the address. The lawyers for the first and second respondent, the Electoral Commission, and Nana Adodankwa Akufo-Addo respectively, have both filed their addresses. Meanwhile, the court has announced Thursday, March 4, 2021 as the date for judgment on the petition. John Mahama, who rejected the results of the 2020 presidential election, is seeking a rerun of the elections. According to him, none of the candidates in the election chalked the required 50% plus 1 mark to be declared winner of the polls.
Now, editor of the Informer newspaper, Andy Kankam, has warned of the possibility of persons mandated to undertake the vaccination of Ghanaians against the COVID-19 pandemic taking money from unsuspecting members of the citizenry before administering the free vaccine.
On his accord, the vaccination task force should rather be patriotic and focus on saving lives rather than trying to make money of Ghanaians who have already been hard hit by the pandemic. He noted that such people who will be undertaking the vaccination will attend. And the Kankam revealed that during the National Identification Authority registration exercise, a syndicate made up of NIA officials was formed. He noted that the syndicate charged unknowing Ghanaians before issuing them with national IDs and fears that might happen with the rollout of the COVID-19 vaccine. He advised the Health Ministry to work with the security agencies to prevent the extortion of Ghanaians during the administration of the COVID-19 vaccine. Emphasizing on the need to contain and curb the spread of COVID-19, the editor appealed to persons who will be engaged to undertake the vaccination to act in a professional manner for the safety of Ghanaians. He also called on the Food and Drugs Authority and Ghana Standard Authority to educate the citizens on the importance of the vaccine whilst dispelling conspiracy theories. Ghana will begin to vaccinate some 20 million persons against COVID-19 from the first week of March, said Kwame Amponsa Ejichin, Ghana's program manager for the expanded program on immunization. Speaking at an engagement on Ghana's COVID-19 rollout plan, he observed that the vision of the country is to vaccinate the entire population of about 31 million, but to begin with 20 million and vaccinate the remaining population in due course. Amponsa disclosed that the country had gone through all the required processes and will receive its first consignment of 350,000 COVID-19 vaccines by next week to pave way for the vaccination exercise to take place next month.
An infectious disease expert has backed government's move to OK Russia's coronavirus vaccine, Sputnik V. Dr. John Amwesi cited efficacy and affordability as the two main reasons government was right to opt for the Russian vaccine as opposed to the Oxford AstraZeneca version. Russia's sovereign fund outfit announced last Sunday, February 21, 2021, that the Ministry of Health had approved the use of Sputnik V for emergency users in Ghana. The statement did not state how many doses Russia will be making available, neither did they state a time frame within which it is expected. Ghana became the fifth African country to turn to the Russians. A number of African countries are looking to China's Sinopharm for supply of vaccines. The African Union's Africa Vaccine Acquisition Tax Team and the WHO-led COVAX facility are other avenues through which countries hope to get vaccines. Government said vaccines are expected to arrive in as at February 22. It is yet to be known which ones exactly, but the Minister of Information designate said officials will publicly receive shots to build public confidence. Now, still on COVID-19, there has been a steady rise in Ghana's fatalities as regards the coronavirus pandemic. The deaths have almost doubled just within the first quarter of 2021.
From 335 at the end of 2020, the number of deaths is currently 582. 5 new deaths were recorded in the latest update released by the Ghana Health Service on Monday, February 22. This comes after 506 new cases were also recorded. According to the service, the update is up to Friday, February 19. So far, 80,759 persons have been infected with the disease since its outbreak in Ghana in March 2020. Fortunately, 73,365 persons have been recovered from the disease or gotten discharged due to the improvements in their condition. Currently, 6,812 persons are carrying the virus. Out of this number, 95 are in severe condition, while 28 are in critical conditions. The Greater Accra region continues to lead the region, which currently 3,224 active cases. The region has recorded 46,328 infections since the outbreak, with 42,885 recoveries come discharged. The Ashanti region follows with 731 active cases. At least each of the 16 regions has an active cases, contrary to the situation a few weeks ago.
Away from that, police in the Ashanti region are on a manhunt for a notorious armed robber following the arrest of 5 persons in connection with a bullion van attack that resulted in killing of a police officer at Fomena in the region.
The Ashanti Regional Police Commander, COP Kwesi Mensah Doku, explained that the suspect, John Appiah, 22, also known as Omega, has been involved in a number of crimes, including the killing of an ambulance driver at Asisiwa in the Eastern region. The 5 suspects currently held in custody have been named as Bismarck Owusu Ansah, 29, Azuma Titus, 23, Kofi Matthew, 24, Kojo Japon, 30, and Martin Tay, 26. They were part of a 10-member gang that robbed a bullion van at Fomena, leading to death of Sergeant Martin Baba, who was stationed at the Dunkwa District Command. Briefing the press on Monday, February 22, COP Kwesi Mensah Doku said the suspect will soon be processed for court after investigation. A number of personnel effects, including a cash amount of 53,934 Ghana cedi, have been retrieved from the suspect. The command further reminded the public to provide credible information leading to the arrest of the other accomplices, including the prime suspect.
Now, Ghana's first ever woman to be recruited to the police force has passed away at age 91. Rosamond Siama fought for the rights of her fellow policewomen.
Her son, Andrew Nkansa, told BBC that her greatest achievement in terms of the police force was encouraging other women to join the force. She insisted that women officers who got pregnant should be allowed back into the force after their maternity leave. Her former colleagues also stood by her. One of them, Magnet Dankwa, said 12 of them were recruited on the same day and Madam Isiama was made their leader. Rosemary Isiama was given the title PW1. The police commissioner, Beatrice Izikpe, Vibis Neri, feels she paved the way for women in the force. She said a decision by her predecessor to petition the then governor requesting that police women should be allowed to marry, get pregnant and have children as and when they wanted was a very important one for all those who came after them.
May her soul rest in perfect peace. And that would be all for local stories. We will be back with business.
Do you want to enroll in a nursing school that offers a degree in nursing? Then St. Carrol School of Nursing, the only nursing university in West Africa, is your answer. St. Carrol School of Nursing is a tertiary co-educational institution offering internationally respected nursing degrees of world-class standard while incorporating bilingual ability and vehicle driving skills relevant for individuals wishing to prepare themselves for a fulfilling career in nursing. The school is also fully accredited by the National Accreditation Board and affiliated to the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. St. Carrol School of Nursing is admitting students to pursue the BSc Nursing program. Download application forms from our website www.stcarrol.com or obtain the forms on our campus at Aplaku Botiano, about 10 minutes drive off the Wager barrier on the Accra Cape Coast Highway. For enquiries, call us on 030-293-1067 or 0245-617-790. You can email us on info.
Maba. Say the money you do nam diaba. Chanka. Edroni ni. Onumu a ebo ni padua na manya ahoɔdene. Na ebo ni padua no so e makutie nyarewa aworo bebre. Na moya jadifo mo bre. Mo kɔ na mo ba. Ye beye na mbanya ahoɔdene da bia mbati ni abadwam no. Eye chanka. Eti me betwam bi ni mo anonom. What yana? Mawla so ba ko mana ura. Madam Modieni.
Chanka.
Ura ba gibi. Obi o here bi ama gibi. Chanka, ura o ba gibi. Mutaba.
Chanka. Ebwa wu nipadua na mane kutia nyarewa. Typhofa 202. Kutia malaria. Defaton 202. Ebema wadi diye. FDA arehwe adwade nkra to imagye atomu se eye.
Let's do some business stories. Now, Dr. Ernest Addison, Governor of the Bank of Ghana, has called on banks to build robust systems that will forestall cybersecurity incidences, strengthen their credit risk management policies, engage in risk-sharing arrangements through syndications, as well as effectively manage their operational skills.
According to him, these were necessary since the pandemic had introduced several risks in the banking space. Speaking recently at a webinar organized by the Ghana Association of Bankers on the topic, Managing Banking Risk in Uncertainty Time, COVID-19 test case, he said the three major risks that the pandemic has intensified, which must be efficiently managed by banks to avoid any unintended consequences on the industry. These are cybersecurity risks, credit risks, and operational risks. He cautioned that all the success chalked up in the digitization of banking system would be eroded if adequate investments were not made for effective protection of the information technology and security infrastructure. In this regard, the bank has issued directives and guidelines such as the Cybersecurity Directive that banks must meet on an ongoing basis to effectively manage cyber risk fraud. Commenting on credit risks, Dr. Anderson said had become critical and required the attention of all. The Bank of Ghana added that disruption in banks' operation and business continuity concerns occasioned by the pandemic remain critical in this uncertainty time, especially with the recent rise in the infection rate. Therefore, we must all adopt to this new normal of working and going forward. Business continuity plans must focus on endpoint and network security measures with robust user identification protocol to minimize abuse of bank system.
Also, the Social Security and National Insurance Trust, SNET, is set to launch an app to help improve its service delivery.
Senate says the app will render a number of services, including a request for Senate clearance and payment of monthly contributions via mobile money, among others. This is so that its clients will not necessarily have to travel to its offices to be attended to. Director General of Senate Dr. John Ofori-Tinkran indicated that the introduction of the app is timely, especially with the outbreak of COVID-19 pandemic. He added that plans are far advanced to launch the app by June this year. The management of Senate made a representation of brand new pickup at a short ceremony held at the Senate Pension House in Accra. The presentation was in response to an earlier request by the NPA for the trust to assist in addressing their transportation challenges.
Now, First National Bank Ghana has declared 2021 as the year of home ownership to help make home ownership a reality for many Ghanaians. Announcing the initiative in Accra, the bank described this as a catalyst in driving greater interest in property ownership using home loans.
The bank noted that it will be used to thoroughly engage consumers with relevant advice on home ownership options while introducing them to First National Bank Ghana's innovative market-leading home loan solution. Executive Head of Home Loans Business at First National Bank Ghana, Kojo Adokufo, stated that the initiative will send a message to Ghanaians that home ownership provides stability and wealth-building opportunities. For the year of home ownership 2021 period, First National Bank will prioritize the provision of home loan solution at competitive interest rate for qualifying Ghanaians. There will also be special packages for non-resident Ghanaians working in the diaspora, employees of corporate entities applying as a group, as well as self-employed and businesses owners. The bank will hold special joint session with its key stakeholders to outline and address some of the challenges usually associated with the process of acquiring a property. This included land agencies, credit bureau, and a select group of service providers who facilitate the process of home acquisition in Ghana. First National Bank also confirmed that, as part of planned activities, there will be an opportunity for existing homeowners to demonstrate how they have acquired a property with a home loan. The expectation is that such testimonies will help to allay the fears of those yet to apply for a home loan.
And that would be all for business. We will be back with sports shortly.
My name is Patrick